everybody, Realm Builder Guy here, and welcome back to Sparta and Imperator Rome, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you. I mean, the response I've had so far on this series has really blown me away. Thank you so much for taking the time, spending the time here with me on my little channel and this little series. Really means the world to me. So, a few things to address from the last episode, mainly that I'm a moron. So when, this little Arcadian war here versus Hermione, of course, pieced out here, which since they were allied, technically had a truce with them and then broke the truce. And that's normally something I wouldn't do. And what it really came down to is the fact that I'm recording on YouTube, a little nervous, first time doing Imperator Rome on here. I've got my groove now with Crusader Kings, so we're good there. And just boneheaded stupidity. But it does add some, it adds a storyline, right? We'll go with that. Stability absolutely crashed because of that, but it will improve. Obviously, it always naturally floats back towards 50. So we'll get there, and we'll do some things to bump up the stability. Let's just say that Marius wasn't thinking he got aggressive. He saw the opportunity to take Arcadia, and that's really what that turned into. Let's call it that. Now here with Troyzen, what happened, of course, was it got depopulated through the sacking previously, and we'd have to repopulate it. Move 8 pops, I believe what somebody said in the comments there to colonize that, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. There are a few things we need to address. Our bad research ratio is really troubling. One of the things that was suggested in the YouTube comments, of course, is build an academy or court of law, because it does increase the ratio. Now, unfortunately, that's not really an option we have right now, because we don't really have the money to do anything. Let's see, what do we have here? A court of law or an academy? For an academy, we have everything we need except the gold. We need at least 103.5. So that's going to be a kind of important. Court of law, we need 103.5. So we're quite a ways away financially. Now, what I do want to do is something that I said I wouldn't do. I'd automate it. But we're going to go here. And, here. And we are going to go to our provinces. And now we are managing trade directly. We have no governors. So let's go to each one and just kind of look where we are as far as trade. We can't trade anything right now. We've got no open trade routes there. So we'll just leave it as is. If we go back here to Sparta, we've got 3 things to do here. All right, so let's look at our imports here. We're bringing in papyrus, so noble happiness goes up. Obviously, the civic tech investment only goes up if we have a surplus. The earthworks, that gives us our local citizen happiness of plus 4%, but the freeman output only comes if we have a surplus. Iron, we have the surplus. So what we could do is maybe cancel one of these. Even though I like the tech investments. Citizen happiness or noble happiness. What other options do we have? So marble. Our tyranny would go down. I'm just looking at the surplus. State religion goes up. Oratory tech. Noble happiness, I don't really care about that. Noble output goes up if we go with silk. I don't know if there are any silk options available anywhere. So what we can do, we can cancel some of these routes and go with that. Papyrus, yeah. If we look at citizen. So amber gives us the popularity gain. Earthware, of course, the freeman output. Spices, citizen output there, which would be nice. Gemstones, civilization level, precious metals, citizen happiness, and civ level on glass. So spices may not be a bad one. We have vegetables right now. Don't know if we really need... I mean, we're producing the vegetables ourselves. We're producing grain, olives, wine, and fish. So let's look at... Where are we? Where are we? Wine. So Legion maintenance goes up for that. Don't really need that. Olives. Slave happiness goes up with a surplus there. Fish. Freeman happiness goes up with a surplus there. Grain. Our the global monthly food modifier goes up by 5%. Not really sure that is exactly what we need. I think wine was the other one. Yeah. So what we could do, well, do we want to get rid of the papyrus and then add more earthware to get the Freeman output? Now, Freeman output's not what we know what we need. We need the output from citizens and nobles. So we could double dip there. So for citizens, that was spices. I don't know if we can get enough spices. So we're just going to do this real quick. We're going to cancel these routes. Okay. And we are going to go to spices. Ah, that was a mistake. Okay, it didn't work. Didn't work. Precious metals, gemstones, earthware. Dang it. All right. Thought maybe we could get spices, but we couldn't. Noble output on silk. Can we bring in silk? We can't. Of course not. Let's go back to earthware. Can we double up on earthware? No, we can't. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, that is not an option. Well, let's look at some of these other ones. A lot of this just has to do with happiness, which is important, of course. I'm just looking for anything that'll bump up our output. Nothing really. I mean, we just can't do any of these. Alright, so we're going to go back to Papyrus and go back to where we were before. That's fine. Yeah, it was worth trying and checking out. We look at our laws, legitimacy, we're still good. We can hold games, but that's just going to cost money. Summon War Council, we don't need any of that. Economics, we turned down our fleet maintenance, fort maintenance, and army maintenance. And I may as well just unpause it now. We're still quite a ways away from gaining our claims here. We're 2 years away from that, so there's still quite a bit to do there. So we need to bump up our finances. We're still good here on the missions. Still, it's just a ways away from getting any of these right now. So to get the Laconian food, we need a territory in the province of Laconia. So unfortunately, we're definitely not there. Tech, we're still quite a ways away from the next levels there. And of course, our bad research ratio is really what's hurting us there. There's not much else we can do here. I'm not going to try to increase opinion, because increasing opinion also costs money. So yeah, it's a little, I'm not going to say a stalemate right now. It's just a little, not a lot going on. Not a lot of change we can do right now. So we'll speed forward here a little bit and see what the next steps hold. Scandal. Scandal is unfortunately part of an average day in the Spartan court. Ordinarily, we would simply ignore such petty squabbles. However, on this occasion, the esteemed Deities Penaid was found in flagrante delicto with his lover Cleopatra Aegiad by his spouse Apollonia Euryclid. Apollonia Euryclid, the spouse, overcame with despair, has appealed to the court to have Deities Penaid stripped of office as a punishment for his brazenly public vice. See, so this is none of our business. Don't think that's exactly how he would handle it. I mean, he is harsh and disciplined. We shouldn't tolerate public infidelity. Or just have him flogged. So Apollonia gains 10 loyalty. And there's a 75% chance that Dicarchus loses loyalty and 25% chance he's wounded. We shouldn't tolerate public infidelity. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. So titles unassigned. So Philosophus. Alright, this is Philosopher. So this would be the best one. His loyalty isn't great. He's got a zeal of 9. He has a zeal of 6. We don't want to give him more. Yeah, let's go with him. Put him in there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So how are we sitting here right now? We are very close to being ready on those claims, and then we'll kind of take a look-see and see how the situation is overall. We're gaining a little bit of money. We'll look at some additional province investments and make some decisions there. But first things first, I want to wait for those claims to come up, and then we're going to have kind of a general overview and see what the next steps are that we're going to undertake. All right, now we have our claims. We'll take a general look, but first things first, I want to go here to Sparta. Now, we do have a remaining free province investment. Now, we can either fortify the province of Laconia, and that gives us local provincial loyalty plus 0.01, or fort infrastructure capacity of +1. We can do free helots, so that gives us a population capacity of plus 1.5%, integrated culture happiness of +2%, and local freeman output +4%. We can go entice business investments, so that gives us an extra import route, or we can commission heroic freezy supply limit +4%, and local citizen output +3%. That's an important one. We will go with that investment, and that will help a little bit here with our bad research ratio. So, now let's take a look and see how things look up here. So we have Dime. Dime still is not at war with anybody and not allied with anybody. And then we have Pelene as well. All right, so let's open the outliner here. Get our Nautican over here. Move that guy over there. And then we will raise our army and ship it over there and take these guys out. And then island hop over here to take those guys out. But first things first, we have to move our navy into a position where we can then board. We'll just do this a little bit systematically. Hit pause. Go over here. We will not declare war because we need to get above 20 stability. Son of a gun. I forgot about the stability. All right, so never mind that. So we need to get the stability increased first. And we'll have to work on that here bit by bit. It's still going to take an incredibly long time. All right, one thing we're going to do now, we are going to go here to religion, and we are going to sacrifice, perform a divine sacrifice. It cost us some political influence, but that's a boost to stability as well. It helps, again. It's simply through my boneheadedness that we're in this predicament right now. It's not normally something I would have done. I would have paid more attention. And the problem is the low stability. What stability has a knock-on effect beyond a few... Oh, sad news. Anaxandrius Aegeid was murdered. Aw, bummer. Such a shame that he died. All right, so now we have a scorned family. Who's scorned? The Aegeid family, all right. Well, we can solve all of that Influence of the Aegeid family. The fate of the kingdom and that of the Aegeid family is and always will be intertwined. It is therefore a matter of great urgency. There are currently not enough Aegeid persons of quality ready to shoulder the responsibilities of the state. Recognizing our plight, two of our loyal clients have offered to fill the place that currently cannot be filled by anyone in the right berth. So we've got Eucrates, or Echecrates, actually pronounced. He's not bad. He's got decent loyalty. His popularity is not super high. Good oratorians. I mean, he's pretty good. He's not martial strong, but that's okay. And then we have Charis, who's also pretty good and very loyal. I think Charis would be the right choice, and yes, he will be of our name. So we need a researcher here in civic advances. Do we have any Aegeid that's even remotely good? No. But we have Patroclus. He's not bad. Yeah, I think we'll have Patroclus. He's a scholar, so research points and tech speed goes up. We'll put him in there. Very nice. So the other knock-on effects of the poor stability are, of course, it impacts everything. Economic, population, research, everything is tied into stability. And that's really the massive problem we have right now, is just that through that huge strategic mistake that I made, we are in a position that really hurts us. Now, we can spin this. We can spin this into a storyline, as it were. You know, I don't know what the storyline is right now, but maybe you can think of a storyline down in the comments. Why would Arius have done this? Why would, you know, Realm Builder guy have been so utterly distracted and stupid to have not paid attention to that? Is it just in his zeal and in his drive to gain this back? What is it? What drove Arius, the king, the Basileus, to this really stupid thing that happened? Anyway, let me know. Let me know. Comments. All right, let's change this to destroy pirates. All right, we are no longer importing earthware. All right, so let's go here. What do we have that can help? Spices, citizen happiness. We can. Phoenicia. All right, Mithridatic ambition. I don't really care about that, but we'll bring in spices from Phoenicia so that eventually we can bring in more. That's at least the goal, right? Because that'll definitely help with what we are trying desperately here to achieve bit by bit. So again, let me know down in the comments what happened. What did we do? What's the story behind this stupidity? So we have the 121st Olympiad. I think Patroclus could be sent. Yeah, let's send Patroclus to that, and who knows, maybe we'll actually get a little bit more out of it. Of course, we need the researcher now in civic advances. I think we will go with Thucydides, or no, statesmanship here. Phylarchos would be the right choice. Gives us that boost. All right, we've got a new invention. So, innovation that we can spend. Alright, let's take a look through here. So, we have the ability to increase freeman output or the slave output. We won't do that. We can reduce building costs, capital import routes goes up, or a national tax modifier. Oratory advances we have available to us are increase the aggressive expansion goes down. Hold triumph costs, or we can do loyalty of characters or diplomatic reputation. None of those will help us right now. Religious, we can do our monthly popularity gain, or we can go to martial, where we have a few that we can go for increase our starting experience, increase supply limits, discipline, fort defense, sapping, or we can go down this route right here and help with our navy. I mean, none of that is really something that will help us right now. I think if we go with improving our national tax or import routes, let's get an extra import route. Take a look what we can do there. All right. So we already have spices. This can increase our national citizen output, and we don't have an option for anything there. Silk, nobody will help us out with that. Papyrus, where are we? Papyrus, so the civic tech investment will go up. Can't get a surplus there. Alright, so now let's just look across here. We can increase our grain, livestock, salt, fish, so the Freeman happiness goes up. Vegetables. We've got dyes, cloth, the noble happiness will go up. Incense as well. Trade value increases with that. Marble, not too worried about that. Can we get more earthware? We can. So, oh, we didn't have earthware, did we? Let's see, earthware, the basis is citizen happiness. That's still important. Let's bring it in from northern Phoenicia. All right. So we've done that. Now let's head over to religion. And let's maybe look at gaining some new deities. Alright, so Helen, what she does for us here is the global monthly food modifier up by 10%. I do like that. The Hykynthos gives us an oratory tech investment of plus 7.5%. Our option is bring in Athena, who gives us the passive effect of political influence goes up by 10%. And that's important as well. The passive effect for Asclepios is the noble happiness. Zeus hits popularity gain. Tyche, stability change. Monthly stability change goes up. We're definitely going to go with him. Changing will cost 15 stability. Okay, so we're definitely not going to do that. Never mind. But those are some of the options you could do. But obviously, we're not going to do that because we need we need our stability to go up because of the previous aforementioned mistakes. All right, a scientific breakthrough. One of our researchers, Cleonymus Aegeid, thinks he is just about to make a notable scientific breakthrough in the research he is currently working on. All that is needed is some more supplies and funds for the next couple of years. To be able to get his hands on some of these, he has personally asked our Basileus Arius if he can be given access to them. The rest of our researchers would certainly suffer if we were to make this move, but maybe it is worth it after all. So, he gains 85% martial advance progress. Sparta gains corrupt researcher for 120 months. And research points overall minus 35%. And then we are not going to squander that. He would lose loyalty. Where are we in general here as far as our tech research? We are at 36, so that would actually get us to the next tech level on martial. But our research points really tank. No, we're not going to do that. I'm sorry. That's just, we cannot afford to go down that route at this time. It's just definitely not even remotely worth it. All right, so now stability's back up. So that definitely helps. All right, let's move the Navy there. Now we're actually in a position where we can do a little bit more outside of the peacetime. It was peaceful. It was peaceful. Hey, Arius decided I've achieved enough. I don't need to do more. We're just going to go with this. All right, so enough of that. Let's take a look here at the right target. So they've got 7 pops. Their stability's at 40. They've got... I mean, they're not really going to pose much of a threat. These guys over here... It's roughly about equal, to be honest. All right, so let's declare war here and take it. Now we will go to our military. We will raise all of our levies. And we will take our soldiers, put them on the ship, head over there, and fight this war of conquest, ideally. Win it, keep our stability going up, all good. All right, let's move you over to here and keep an eye on them. I mean, they don't really have the opportunity to get to us. They've got a small army. We have slightly more soldiers. They are leaving. Liberation. The Council of Sparta have taken upon themselves to free a sizable quantity of privately owned slaves. We could intervene if we think it best. Letting slaves get too comfortable could have repercussions for freedom. So it gives us additional freemen, or just take the money. I think the extra freemen could help. Oh, we've got the low army maintenance. All right, we gotta bump all that back up. That was one of the issues here. That's why also our levies were down, but we'll just march on their capital and take it. We could call on our allies, but I don't really want to. That alliance with Ellis is considering leaving us. Okay, I'm not overly concerned with that just yet. So they are moving through there. The true weather of the soul. Tragedy is once again struck Macedon, where the uncertainty of the succession has put the remaining 2 eldest sons, Cassandros and Alexandros, into a bitter struggle for the throne. It seems the old kingdom of the Argaids will not suffer the Antipatrid line upon its throne. So there is a civil war now in Macedon. Alright, so they are besieging us here. And we are slightly ahead of them there. Alright, now we will take our fleet and we will actually hunt fleets. We will hunt the enemy fleets down. Just keep an eye on how things are going. So their siege progress is faster than ours. We can call our allies. We can call them Ellis to arms. Alright, we will do that. Call to arms from Argos. Alright, we will accept that. Just because we have to. And ideally, our own allies will come in and help us out. So they have captured Sparta. And they are sacking it. How are things looking here? Well, the thing is, if we take their capital, this is their only province. They have to take more from us. So if we can get this province quickly-ish, that would be a huge advantage to us. Conspiring consort. Treason is unforgivable regardless of its source, but a consort's disloyalty cannot be contemplated. Trusted palace sources revealed ghastly details of what they claim in a plot engineered by Kleino Aegeid to the consort of Basileus to murder our son and put her son Davidos. You know, she would never. It's fine. It's fine. She would never do that. She's a sweetheart, really. There's no reason why she would do that. All right, you guys are going to, well, you know what? We'll just stay right there. If we win this, we'll have to rush to the south very soon, as they are carpet sieging everything right now down there. But if we take their capital, that would be a huge bonus for us. I'm not going to destroy it. because we do want to gain that territory. The threat dwindles. Oh, good. So the plot is done and dusted. Gaining their main province here will be the key to this very tight war. All right. Looting will be gentle. I wonder if we can sue for peace. And Daimian Achaea to Sparta. Right? This now becomes ours. Perfect. Pass judgment on the important families. Let's see. Pyrrhos. He's actually pretty good. He's pretty good. They're all very good. So Pyrrhos, you'll be part. Dimogenes will welcome him, and Calixenos as well. Perfect. All right, so now we will go to our military, send them back home. All right, now we will move this military, because of course we are aiding our allies as well in a war. Around here, just gotta keep an eye on things, transport them home. I don't really see what's happening. Oh, Antigonid cause waivers. The Antigonos' death, combined with the recent setbacks, fractured the stability of the Cyclops kingdom. His heir and co-king, Demetrios, unable to hold together the expiring loyalties of his subjects, has abandoned much of the kingdom to the claims of the other Diadochi, while he retreats to lick his wounds among Greek friends. So the Antigonid kingdom has been carved up by the other Diadochi states. Well, you know what? We are going to take a look at the way things are sitting, and then we'll take a look at this war here real quick as well. We can call upon an omen. So the omen here, calling upon Athena, will give us higher discipline. Apollo gives us a commerce increase. We can get an integrated culture happiness with Hyacinthos, or Helen, ruler popularity gain. We will do Apollo, because it's nice just to get that little boost to the economy. And unpause that, and then I will have to take a look to the Argive Civil War. Argos, Sparta, the Argive Revolt. Where are they? I don't even see any soldiers. Then we will just tell them to hunt down enemy fleets. And let's zoom out here and take a look at things. Whoa! Okay, so Macedon is gone. If I'm seeing that correct. No, there's Macedon. That is Macedon. Pretty much right there. Interesting. So the Antigonids have taken over Macedon. Let's hit pause here. Alliances are breaking. The bad research ratio. Yeah, we know that that's really bad. But we're getting there, slowly but surely. So the Antigonids have taken over there. The Seleucids have... So Egypt carved up the Antigonids here. The Seleucids now... Look at the size of that empire. I've taken over all of Anatolia's Antigonid lands. Thrace has expanded here. Oh, you've got the Macedonian revolt going on here, and you've got a little bit of Macedon here and Macedon there, and then the Antigonids are now in Greece. Wow, and there's Macedon right there. It's a completely fractured realm. Utterly and completely fractured. Very interesting. Again, here right now, I don't see where they are. The Argive revolt. Ah, there they are. Okay, so if we move them up here, will that take care of that territory? Let's just keep an eye on it. See what happens. Is that what that is? Yes, that's what that is. All right, I couldn't see it zoomed out. So this will be over here in a second. Us sending our troops in will help to end the revolt. the siege of Cleonae, and then we can peace out. We can disband our military, reduce our costs, and that will help. Also, our stability is going up nicely. And then we'll look at our next war target in... maybe not right now. Maybe in future. But we will disband our military definitely after this. And then just take a breather. Again, we're still recovering from, honestly, the military blunder of the last episode. Alright, the sacking of planet. Let the looting be gentle. Yeah, let the looting be gentle. Alright, so that war is over. So the Argive Civil War has ended. The bitter civil war in Argos has finally come to an end with the loyal forces of Andragoras utterly crushing the rebel armies led by... oh, that's a great name. Matthias, because that's, in case you don't know, that's actually my name. Matthias. And the scheming cohorts. The siege of Cleonae was the turning point in the war, etc., etc., etc. All right, glad to see our friends are doing well. Now we can go to our military. We can disband all of our levies. The Athenian machinations with thunderous applause. It seems the Antipatrids have orchestrated a plot to subvert the politics in the once mighty city of Athens. Through nefarious schemes, their lackey, Lacharis Lacharid, has been elected Archon with broad emergency powers and reintroduced a Macedonian garrison to ensure compliance. Diabolical. So Athens is now feudatory of Macedon again. There are a few wars going on here. Let's find our Nauticon, and instead you will destroy pirates as your main task. We're back to making money. Fantastic. Our stability is ticking in the right direction. War exhaustion is heading in the right direction. Overall, very, very happy. Let's go here to the religion. We will perform another divine sacrifice. So that will also boost our stability a little bit for a few years. It'll cost us 82 in political influence to do that. But we need to get the stability up. So we will do that. We will spend the political influence to help further boost our stability. And this is a situation that we will endeavor to not find ourselves in ever again. So we made a few little gains. Rebuilding stability, I think, is a good title for this episode. We still have these guys over here that are not in an alliance, so they will definitely be the subject of the next expansion. I mean, we've now got a little foothold here. We have a little foothold up here. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. And then we can have a little foothold here. What's the general situation looking like here on the Peloponnese? So Elis has a defensive league with Macedon, a revolt, and Aetolia. They are still part of this massive defensive league, and that's an issue, a big issue, because we can't take them on. I mean, we would just get crushed at this point. So we need to look into other possible areas for expansion. But we can talk about some of those expansion areas in the upcoming episode. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Just a little bit going on, trying to rebuild Sparta after I just made that mistake in the last episode. I hope it's okay. But we're getting there. The stability is back to getting where it needs to be, and we will get Sparta back on track. But it's just been interesting also to see how everything around us has dramatically changed. Rome continues to grow, of course. So if you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. If you didn't enjoy it, you can also dislike it, but likes are always appreciated. Until next time, I am Realm Builder Guy, and I will talk to you soon.